Maniacs. Today I thought we should test our luck with some prismatic evolutions while we discuss exactly what it can do for your business to drive a lot of traffic through social media. Let's dig into this Eevee Accessory Pouch Special Collection while we talk more about how you can drive sales via social media. Eevee Accessory Pouch. And we have our pack selection. 5 packs of prismatic evolutions. Okay, so while probably hitting nothing, I thought we could talk a bit about using social media in your business strategy. And I think this is kind of both something that a lot of people sleep on, but at the same time, I also feel like a lot of businesses, small business owners, and I guess content creators in general are kind of catching on to the insane potential that is social media and driving traffic via your online communities, fan bases, whatever you might call it. I think it's kind of the next big thing. A lot of people have been talking about this for quite some time, so this is not really a hot take in any way, but I just feel like it's important to maybe, put it into perspective and talk a bit about my own experience in that regard. I think it's important when launching a business that of course you are passionate about what you're doing, but the biggest thing is usually driving sales. It's important to drive sales both for small businesses and large corporations worldwide. So I think it's important to kind of put some thought into that before actually just starting off and diving in headfirst. For me, it kind of started out being more of a content thing before it became a business thing, and I think that's a pretty good way to go about it. Not that I really have or had at the time a pretty insane following, but it was enough to kind of have people ask me where do I get certain stuff, mostly like acrylic storage, how do I build my collection, where do I get products, and that sort of like community and thinking about what other people do and inspire each other was enough to kind of kick off the idea of starting my own small Pokemon business. And also the thing about, I guess, vendor POVs and stuff like that are super trendy right now, or at least have been for the past at least 6 months or so. And I think that's also a big thing that inspired me and a lot of other people to get into the business at the stage. About a year ago is when I truly began my journey venturing into the business space. And I think the biggest conversion I have had during this time is definitely via my stories on Instagram, doing videos here on YouTube. It gets me a lot of traffic even though I don't have very big platforms anywhere. My biggest following is on TikTok. Oh, we have a Pokeball. My biggest following is on TikTok, and I think that's, oh my god, a Pokeball. Do we then have a hidden here? Pause the video. Nothing. Yeah, prismatic evolutions, right? Yeah, so having the biggest platform on TikTok I think is pretty common. Virality is a lot easier on a platform like TikTok than it is on maybe YouTube or Instagram. But I do think that the strongest conversions and the most, I would say, true followers or strongest community definitely is something you grow on either of those other platforms like YouTube and Instagram. I think I've curated a pretty good community, though the size is a bit smaller on Instagram than TikTok. And I think that's also why I recently started becoming more active on here on YouTube, because I do think that we are just talking to each other maybe more directly, or it's less like trends and virality on here, and it's more just, down to earth advice and actually figuring out what's going on in the industry. So I think it's a very big thing. People also with AI coming in, taking over a lot of space online. It's really important that you are kind of getting attention for being more authentic and being more human, I guess. It might sound a bit stupid or weird, but I do think that that's kind of the way that things are moving. We will crave more like real connection and more authenticity in the content we watch, which is also why I think platforms like TikTok are a good place to get fast following, like a lot of followers pretty quickly. But I don't think it's a place to really convert a lot. It's great for live streaming. I do that a lot on TikTok, and it gets a lot of eyeballs on your content pretty quickly. So I would definitely recommend posting on TikTok. But definitely try to reuse content, promote your business on multiple platforms, and do it in a way that's more, I would say, something that makes people want to have like a relation to you. Like they want to know your thoughts on things, they want to hear your hot takes, they want to see what you're up to in your collection or what you're up to in your business journey. I think that's the type of community you really want to curate for your business, and also what will definitely get you the furthest. Are we actually going in with 0 hits? I think we might be. But yeah, I think that's very important for any business starting out. Is definitely to just take it all in, be sure to be present, and take care of the community that you actually are creating, because I think that that's something that can be, yeah, a pretty big player in the amount of success you might have over the span of the first, few years of you starting your business. It's so much easier when you actually have a following and people who want to see what you're doing and buy your stuff and support you along the way. So that was my pretty quick hot take on socials and business, while we opened a very disappointing EV Accessory Pouch Special Collection. I guess that's not really recommendation to any of you guys, but that's just Prismatic. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and joining me on this quick gap session, and I hope you have a great day, night, morning, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!